Listen, you pretty redneck. I'm taking your banjo.
Come on, don't. That's not cool. He needs his banjo for the talent show.
Man, that's no fair. All I have is a guitar. You get a banjo?
Hi and welcome to Gamers Web. Here you will find news, reviews and other things related to games, gaming, cult film, cosplay and much more. Gamers Web is written by gamers for gamers. Now over to your host Mark.
Hi, my name's Mark. Welcome to Gamers Web. In this video, I'm going to take a look at the Walking Dead Universe role-playing game starter set from the guys over at Free League Publishing. This was very kindly sent to me to review, so without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so we have a what looks like a survivor on the front of the box, and well, two survivors and an antagonist, and lots of walkers or roamers or whatever you want to call them. Okay, so let's see. The blurb on the back says, "This is the starter set for the official Walking Dead Universe role-playing game. In this game, you will find you will play as people struggling to survive in an unforgiving world. Exceptional challenges can appear from anywhere, from the lack of essential supplies, from conflicts brewing within group, from hidden constructions flaws in your safe haven, or from the approaching walkers hungering for your flesh. Fight the dead, fear the living." This box contains everything you need to start playing, a 40-page condensed rulebook. Game's rules are based on the acclaimed Year Zero engine, but developed further and uniquely, tailored for the Walking Dead Universe role-playing game. There's a 16-page booklet, The Wolves' Den, presenting the first full-length survival scenario for the game. 6 pre-generated characters to play, which are Carol, Gabriel, Glenn, Michonne from the TV series. They're playable as characters. A double-sided area map in 558mm by 432mm, depicting an area of North Atlanta, Georgia, and a region in Virginia. 3 adventure maps in format of 432 by 279mm, showing the locations in the Wolf's Den scenario. 10 custom-based dice, and there's many stress dice, specifically designed for the game. A threat meter to keep track of the threat from the walkers in your surroundings. Okay, so done in conjunction with AMC. This game has been quite a while in the coming. It's officially out now, so I'm just going to open the box up because I've not seen the contents myself. So let's get on with it. Now, Walking Dead is one of those things you either love it or hate it. I absolutely hated the program when it first came out. I stopped watching after the first season. I thought it was very boring, it was very bland, and it was too much standing around talking, doing nothing. And in preparation for doing these reviews of this one and of the Walking Dead role-playing game itself, the full role-playing game, I've gone back to watch Walking Dead, and on the whole it sticks by what I've just said. It can be boring, it can be bland, but there are some parts of it that are absolutely amazing, and I know that Free League are going to capture that. So let's have a look what we get inside. If I can just get the lid off. Right, so we get our games catalogue from Free League, which we get in all our box fats from Free League. Some silica gel. Don't leave that anywhere near animals or children, it's very dangerous. We get a threat meter, which just pops together, and there's a little popper there to put the threat meter together. We get 6 of our stress dice and 6 of our games dice. Sorry, I lie, we don't get 6. We get 10 stress dice and 10 games dice, so 20 dice in total. And then we get, if I can get into the thing, quite well packed. We get pre-generated characters, so we've got Isaac Imbram, Cecilia. Oh, actually, they're double-sided. No, they're not. My fault. Blossom Salmon Singh. These are the player characters, and then we get Terry Lee. Bonnie, Rooster Coates, Lisa Harley, and then we get those are the 6 playable characters, and then we get the character backgrounds here for several of the characters from the actual show themselves. So we've got Gabriel Stokes, who I've just met in the series. There's his character sheet on his background. Don't like Gabriel at all. We have got Michonne, who is like absolutely phenomenal in the show. Really, really well acted, and her story arcs are fantastic. I really like the character in Sean. Glenn Rhee, who's another firm fan favourite, who doesn't like baseball bats for some reason. And then finally, my favourite character in the entire show, Carol Peltier. She goes from being one of the weakest characters that you'd ever like to see to being born again hard, and then some. Really, really well developed. And she was meant to be killed off in the first seasons as well. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to turn this upside down because there's that much stuff in it. Okay. Right, so we have our... I can't really show these because they're far too big, and my camera won't zoom out far enough, but we've got a map of northwest East Georgia, which and southwest Virginia, which is fantastic. I love maps. I do. I love me some maps, especially in games. And then we have, these are the mini maps which are used for the scenario. They're not double-sided, they're all single-sided. I'm not giving anything away by showing the mini maps. So we just got 3 maps which have various areas and compounds and what have you. Okay. And then we have our final 2 books. We have the rules and the survival mode, the Wolves Den scenario, which we're going to look at both of them in 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to quickly skim through this. I don't want to go through too much of it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to play. But this is the scenario. Nothing on the back, just the logo. And so we've got the background of it and what's happening. Now the wolves appear in The Walking Dead. I think it's season 6 or 7. So maps that are in here correspond to the maps that we give out to the players. And you've got your characters and what have you. So I'm not really going to go too much detail on that because it's a scenario. But the thing that we really want to look at is this. I'm just going to zoom in slightly. There we go. Right, so the rules for the Walking Dead universe. Right. As with all things with free leg publishing, the rules are designed to be as cinematic as possible. You've got 2 ways of playing the game. You've got a cinematic way and you've got a survival mode. The survival mode is the one where you can, as far as I'm aware, is the one that you can progress from level to level to level and generate and get more skills and stuff like that. Whereas the cinematic mode tends to be following a cinematic theme, so much like a television show or a film. Okay, so we've got an introduction to the core rules, the contents of the game board. So you've got survival mode. Survival mode scenarios, like the Wolves Den, are often finished in 1 session or 2 sessions. They give you a pre-written situation and often pre-generated PCs and NPCs. They put you in the drama and dangerous situation that needs to be handled then and there. Also, survival mode scenarios most often contain places and people from the television franchise. Okay, so I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's not cinematic mode, it's campaign mode. When you play campaign mode, you can play for several sessions together for a longer story. Your story that you create is not predetermined. Your choices and results are your efforts create the storylines. So basically, there's more information on the core rulebook, which we'll look at in my next video. So got your basic introduction, what is role playing, what you're going to need, the core rules, all that. You know, you can actually play just using this book. You don't need to actually have the hardback book, but I'd strongly recommend getting the hardback book because it looks fantastic, and also it gives you lots and lots of information for lots of different things. So you got principles of the game: do what it takes to survive, death is inescapable, you are never safe, you are not alone, you're telling a story, and fiction comes first. So they're all quite important elements for dealing with a survival horror game, especially the fiction comes first and you're telling a story. Those two, I know a few folks who've got so heavily involved in the role-playing games over the years. I've been role-playing almost 45 years now, and I've met a few people who take it a little bit too seriously. In the end, it's just fiction. Okay, so we got the details of the world that we're in. So the outbreak, the walkers, roamers, biters, whatever you want to call them. They're all known as different things in different areas of the states where our characters meet them. The living. Now, it's not really too much of a spoiler, but I'm going to issue a spoiler warning here, so if you want to skip ahead an extra 30-40 seconds, that's fine. Right, so in the season 1 finale of The Walking Dead, Rick gets told by the guy in the CDC office in Atlanta that everybody on the planet is infected. So we're literally all The Walking Dead. So it doesn't matter what happens when you die. If you die naturally or you die from being bitten or scratched, you will become a walker and you will rise again. Now, where are we? Right, so you've got the living, the haven, which is where you're safe, and the time setting when you actually do it. Right, so this one is set at a particular certain point in the television franchise. Okay, so you got your player characters, issues and drives. So everyone in the world is alive. Everyone who's alive in the world of the dead has an issue, something that is problematic or challenging about their person. So issues can be anything that could be a problem with another character. It could be you've got a small infant like Judith in seasons 4 and 5 of The Walking Dead, or it could be that you've got an out-and-out antagonism with one of the members of the party who constantly undermines you, and you've got to drive the goal which pushes you farther, right? So in the first episode of Walking Dead, Rick's goal is to find Laurie and Carl. That's his goal in the first episode. But the drive should be something that spans over your course of play, not just for one single session. So your attributes, so you've got strength, agility, wits and empathy. You've got skills of your characters, you've got talents, which add to your skills, and you've also got your health points. So it's pretty much the same as Aliens or Blade Runner, because it uses a modified version of the Ground Zero, Year Zero engine. It's quite similar to those. Stress and anchors, these are things that make you develop stress, which can have negative effects on your dice. So if you're having to roll dice in a stressful situation and the Games Master turns around and says, right, well, there's an extra 2 stress dice, you know that you've got a big chance of failing. And anchors are things that can take away stress, such as friends and things like that. Breaking points, what happens when you physically lose your anchor, or the stress becomes overwhelming. And then shattered is when you start having bad habits or suffering from delusions as a result of losing your sanity. So very much like in the end of season 2, Shane starts getting shattered when he shaves his head. You could say that Shane actually gets shattered when he kills Ed. That's his breaking point, because from there on it's all about Shane losing his sanity. Right, so skills, how you use your skills. So brief description on how the skills are played. Modifiers, what happens if you fail. You can also do batch skills, so which is more than one person can attempt a skill, which is quite common in the Free League games. Pushing your dice, stress dice, which add up. So pushing a roll can give you more stress. Not having enough food and water, being attacked by walkers, being shot at, being framed for murder, being rejected by your lover, killing a human in cold blood, seeing someone in your group get bitten, seeing someone in your group broken by damage, being broken by damage, being bitten. They're just samples of what happens with stress. And then you can mess up with, you can alert a swarm by making a noise. The threat level on the counter goes up by 1. You fail to notice a couple of walkers are closing in on you, and you get attacked. You run out of bullets, gas, spare parts or other resources. You offend somebody, you hurt yourself, you break something important, you get lost, or you lose your hostage. And then you've got extra successes. Helping each other, as I say, you can actually combine your skill rolls together. Oppose rolls, and then you've got bonuses from gear. So there we go. Skill list. So much like the other games, you've got combat-based skills which go off your strength. Also things like stealth goes off your agility, wits is for your scout, survival and technology and stuff like that, whereas empathy is for more academic skills like manipulation, leadership, medicine, that kind of stuff. It's quite a lot. There's not very many skills in the basic list. There's only what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 skills. But in the core rulebook there's a lot more. Duels. So basically you're facing off against somebody, what happens, and how can you describe the action, how it goes on. Brawling. There's my Sean. Damage and healing. Now bear in mind that most likely your characters in the Walking Dead universe role-playing game will not be doctors unless you specifically generate them as a doctor. So getting damaged can be pretty nasty. You can die from the slightest thing, and then it's up to one of your compatriots to put a bullet through you or a knife through your head. Then we have critical injuries. Tells you lots and lots of different things, from impaled, from winded to an impaled heart, crushed body, disemboweled, pierced head, and the result of those is you die, you die, you die. So then other hazards: explosions, fire, falling, hungry, tired. Gear. So we've got lots of different weaponry like Lucille, machetes, katana, bows, the compound crossbow that Dale uses, Daryl uses, sorry, the butterfly knuckle duster the knuckle duster knife that Carol uses, and then we've also got Rick's cut python, and then fighting the dead. So basically, the undead aren't called zombies. They're only ever referred to as zombies in the first, I think it's the first couple of issues of the comics. They get called zombies twice. After that, they never got called zombies. They're called biters, roamers, walkers, deadites. They get called lots of different things, but they're never called zombies. Okay, so you have a swarm size, which is how many zombies you've got to fight. It goes from 1 to 6, and in the swarm size you've got 5 to 10 walkers is swarm 1, whereas swarm 6 is 1,000 plus. A normal person could probably handle 5 to 10 zombies on their own, because they're very slow, they're shamble, they don't move very quickly, and unless you get cornered, you don't have a problem. You've got a threat meter. You set the threat level, and when the threat level goes up, more zombies can come in and make it a little bit harder for you. So we've got what actually happens with the threat level here. So it goes from 0 to 6. At 0, you're in clear area, safe for now. 1, there's walkers around, but they've not noticed you. You might have a single walker attack if you mess up a skill test. Then 2 is the walkers are close by. 3, walkers are aware of you. 4, they're closing in. 5, they're at arm's length, and the dead are in your face at 6. Okay, so we've got different ways of dealing with them: increasing the threat level, reducing the threat level, single walker attacks, fighting a swarm, which happens quite a lot in the TV show. And then we've got walker attacks, how the walker attacks you. Let's see, and that's done on D66, which is 2 6-sided dice, and you take the numbers together. So say 44, it breaks your arm while you wrestle it, take 3 points of damage. 55, you are bitten in the throat, blood everywhere, you die. Oh well. That was fun whilst it lasted. Running the game, so you got playing survival mode and then campaign mode. What happens when your PCs mess things up, which they do, which is very good. This should be a game that's played with the fact that life is very, very, very short and fragile. So lives are not cheap. Make it scary, and NPCs from the franchise. And that is the end of that. So that's my quick look through the Walking Dead starter set from the folks over at Free League Publishing. Once again, my most sincere thanks go to Boel from Free League for hooking me up with a review copy. And I've got a scenario that I've just finished, which is set at the start of the Outbreak, which I'm going to post up for free once I get the artwork done. I've been messing about with AI artwork to try and get things done for it, but that shouldn't be long before it's ready to go up. So there we go. That's my quick look at this video. Look for this video at the Walking Dead role-playing game starter set. So if I can ever get the box lid back on again, there we go. In my next video, I'm going to take a look at the Walking Dead universe Embark role-playing game, and that's a much more in-depth video. So my name's Mark, as always. Thank you for tuning in. No matter where you are in the world, please stay safe. Have a fantastic 2024, and I hope that it's the best year yet for you, and we'll hopefully see you here again on Gamers Web soon. Thanks very much, and bye.